Hello everyone! On stream, we were able to check out the zone Drustvar in the battle for Azeroth Alpha. In this video, I want to talk about the global story behind Kul Tiras, or Kul Tiras as I should pronounce it, and show you some of the more juicier quests to be encountered. Now tomorrow, I'll upload the entire recording, since I know a fair few of you are interested in seeing as much as possible. But considering that one will most likely be a few hours in total, I figured it would be a good idea to make a little bit more of a condensed story, so that more people know what is going on. So Kul Tiras, what is the zone all about? Well, 2700 years before the Dark Portal opened up, some of the boldest sailors amongst the people of Gilneas, they set sail into the open waters around their city. In time, they discovered a large island to the south that was rich with metal ores and other valuable natural resources. Some of the sailors, they decided to stay on this island, and they found it a mighty maritime outpost named Kul Tiras. The Gilnean architecture that can still be seen in the buildings on the island, with a fair bit of sailor taste mixed in. Those that have played Warcraft 3, you might remember Admiral Dalen Proudmoore, member of the Alliance of Lordaeron that came to his daughter's new city of Faramore. Dalen did not believe he could work together with the orcs, did not believe peace was an option with them, but his daughter disagreed. Jaina had worked with them shoulder to shoulder against the threat of the Legion, and now she stood to the side as Rexxar and the Horde, they went into the city and they took down her father. Her opinion on the Horde, that would definitely change over the years, and in Battle for Azeroth, after the burning of Teldrassil, she stands with the Alliance during the Siege of Lordaeron. The details are not revealed in-game quite yet, all we really have is datamine dialogue at this point, but we do know for certain that she shows up when the Horde infiltrates Stormwind to liberate Prophet Zul and Princess Talanji, who is the daughter of King Rastakhan of the Zandalari tribe. Stormwind burns, and Jaina decides to focus on putting out the fire instead of slaying the Horde, and while she really wants to go to Zandalar and go after them, Anduin has a different request. The island nation of Kul Tiras is the greatest naval power in all of Azeroth, but we've had no contact with them ever since Jaina's father was defeated at Faramore. Jaina is the key to mending relations with Kul Tiras, as we set sail to meet up with her mother, and we try to get Kul Tiras back into the Alliance. It appears that Catherine Proudmoore is not too happy with what her daughter has done. Again, the details are vague, but we do know that we end up in jail. We end up in Tol Dacor. With Flynn and Talia, member of the Proudmoore Guard, we make our escape into an area that's not available for testing quite yet. Instead, they send us over to Drustvar. That is one of the zones in Kul Tiras, and our goal here is to meet up with the different houses that rule the areas and help them out with whatever problems they might have, so we get Kul Tiras on our side. In the middle of the land, we see Tiragar Sound. This is their main connection to the sea, and it houses the capital city named Borealis. This area is led by Catherine Proudmoore of House Proudmoore, which runs the military. The city guard and marines all answer to Lord Admiral Catherine Proudmoore. Technically, she rules the entire nation, but this rule does not go uncontested. Lady Ashvane of House Ashvane, she seems to be working together with Queen Azara, which will ultimately lead into the Siege of Borealis, where we must quell the rising chaos and put an end to our plans to dominate the region. In the northern parts, we have Stormsong Valley, which is ruled by House Stormsong. These people are fanatically devoted to the sea and are led by sea priests. It's through them that the mighty naval of Kul Tiras is built, where every ship must be blessed by their priests before they're considered seaworthy. Their problem is that the shipbuilding has come to a stop, as Quillboars are on the attack, as well as ancient dark forces that are attacking from the sea. Then, the area that we can actually test at the moment, Drustvar. This area is led by Lord and Lady Waycrest, but in recent months they've been absent from public affairs. They're responsible for supplying arms and sausages to Kul Tiras, both of which have stopped, so we need to go through the area and figure out why this happens, and of course, how we can stop it. Eventually, we run into Lucille Waycrest, daughter of the rulers of this area, who's been put on trial for witchcraft. A couple of tests are in order to see if the people's claims are true, but it turns out that they're wrong and they decide to let her go. Now there is something dark going on in the land though. Wickermen are coming to life, witches cast the dark magics and they're taking over the villages. Something's going down and we need to help. Long ago, when Kul Tiras was first settled, their people encountered a savage group of warmongering barbarians. They called themselves the Drust, and Drustvar was the ancestral home. It was from here that they launched endless raids into the fledgling hamlets. They tried to go for peace when they landed, but the Drust, they went to war immediately. This carried on for countless of years, until the ancestors of House Waycrest, they decided that something had to be done. When peace wasn't an option, the early Kul Tirans started to fight back. The Waycrest have always been a hardy folk, but the Drust's magic was strong. They were losing the war, but in the end, it was their scholars that turned the tide. They began to uncover weaknesses in the Drust's magic. They compiled what they learned into a treatise on weapons and tactics that could be used to defeat the barbarians. The Order of Embers was the name given to those who took up these arms against the Drust. Using the tools and methods uncovered by the scholars, they were able to counter the Drust's magic and ensure their victory in the war. They even pushed their great leader Goraktul into retreat. When he ran out of living warriors, he created a brand new army out of stone constructs, but not even they were able to bring him the victory that he desired. Lord Aram Waycrest, at the time still a colonel leading the final assault, he stabbed Goraktul, but while the stories of this event, they always said that he killed him, we can see that Tul isn't shown dead. Wounded and broken for sure, but not dead. And the act of stabbing him, that shattered his constructs. There must be a connection here. It appears that despite popular belief, the leader of the Drust was not truly slain. Back in the current day and age, we see the Covens use the ancient magics of the Drust against us, so we decide to use the Order's weapons against them, and we revive the Order of Embers. Through the zones, we discover some of the weaknesses, like silver and onions. We safeguard villages, and we battle our way to Corlane and Waycrest Manor. The Order of Embers gets ready for the final charge to rescue Lord and Lady Waycrest, but as it turns out, Lucille's mother is actually the leader of the Coven, and her mother and father, as she knew them, are gone. It's time we cleanse the taint from this land, infiltrate Waycrest Manor, which is a dungeon, and from the journal we learn that the Drust King is indeed still a threat. That part is sadly not available for testing at this point, but I imagine that we're going to go in, we're going to take care of this corruption, we make Lucille the new ruler, and we gain House Waycrest as an ally. That's pretty much the story of this zone in a nutshell, and like I said, tomorrow I'll upload the entire vault so you can check out all the quests to be explored and check out what happens for yourself. For now, thank you very much for watching everyone, and until next time guys, see ya!